Hey guys, so this is part 2 of my practical costuming advice series. If you didn't watch the first one, you can check that out. I'll put a link to it. There's nothing in there that you have to watch before you watch this one, so check it out at your leisure. So I'm just going to launch right into it because I got a lot of stuff to cover. The first thing is having to do with washing your cholis. I wear these like stretch velvet cholis. They can get at Fat Chance, and a lot of other sellers have them. And they have the long ties, okay? Now, I am lazy, and I sweat a lot. So, I have to wash my cholis, and I have to wash them well. But I don't want to have to expend a whole lot of effort. I would say that, it's because I have kids and, like, a life and stuff. But it's that I'm lazy, because how long does it take to hand wash the top? But, anyhow, so the biggest problem I've found with washing a choli is that the ties are going to get wrapped around the machine, they're going to get wrapped around other stuff in the machine, and it can stretch them out, and at the very least, it's a big pain to get it all, untangled at the end. So you can get past that by tossing these in a lingerie type bag, which is just a mesh bag with usually a zipper or a drawstring type, closure on it. I am also disorganized, so though I have several of those type of bags, I often can't find them when I go to wash my cholis. So this is what I do. And if you've got a choli that you're really fond of and you don't want to risk it, don't toss it in the washer, hand wash it. But if you don't care, like me, then go for this. So what I do is I take the strap up by the base where it attaches, and this is the bottom strap because I leave my top straps tied all the time, and I just wrap it around my hand a couple times, and I pull it off my hand, and it's like wrapping a ball of yarn. So right now the wraps are going this way, and I'm going to wrap it another couple times in the opposite direction. Then I'm going to wrap the tie over my finger and slip the end of the tie underneath itself. Okay? So what I basically did is I just made a little bundle with it. So here's the choli, and here's the tie. And this one, the other side actually, is still like that from being washed. I haven't worn this one yet. So that's what I do, and they survive trips through the washer all the time. I also throw mine in the dryer, and I haven't ever had one shrink on me. Again, if you're worried about it, don't do it. You can also, use the washer, not the dryer. That's fine too. So that is that. The second thing is, because I tend toward the kind of classical ATS style costuming, I like me some big skirts. You know the ones I'm talking about. Okay? So they make ones that are 10 yards, they make ones that are 25 yards, they even make ones that are 32 yards. And if you don't know, whatever number before the word yards in these skirts is the bottom hem length. Okay? So a 10-yard skirt is 10 yards at the hem. Not at the waist, not anywhere in between, but at the hem. Okay? So, anyhow, anybody who has worn one of these skirts, especially like the first couple times you wear it, my students come to class and they go, how do you manage so much skirt? Moreover, I hardly ever, especially for performances, I don't wear just one skirt. I wear 2 skirts. So I have, 50 yards of skirt at my hemline at any time. So I have a couple little tricks for getting around in these skirts, okay? The first one has to do with if you have to get in your car with your skirt on. I call it the sit and scoop, okay? This is really important, and I try to get into the habit of doing it all the time. Hop in your car, lift your skirt up really well so that you don't just end up like smearing it all over to the side, and then it's really uncomfortable and you have to like wiggle around to try and get it out from under your buns. So I kind of lift my skirt up in the air, I sit down on the driver's seat or wherever, and then I lean over, this is me leaning, and I scoop the skirt up so that it's all in my lap, okay? And that's not going to be comfortable, and I won't be able to drive that way, but I do that first, and I should close my car door. Then I let the skirt go, and it, pulls down on the side. One of my friends had the very unfortunate happenstance of not getting all of her skirt out of the door, and what was, would normally be bad because, part of your skirt is dangling out of the door, was made worse by the fact that it was in the middle of a Wisconsin winter, and by the time she arrived at her destination, she was wondering what that clunking sound was, and it was snow and ice and salt stuck to the hem of her skirt. really not good. So if you have to go upstairs, or you have to go up a hill, or whatever, something where there's an incline, you need to tuck your skirt first if you can. And what I do when I say tuck, I don't mean like decoratively tuck like we do maybe for a performance. I mean grab handfuls of your skirt and ram it in your waist, belt line to get it off the ground. Okay, so how I do this is I basically kind of mentally divide my skirt into like 6 sections. So I basically just grab my skirt about halfway down, lift it up, tuck it into the waistband, and then I go to the next section. So I maybe start on front right, then I do the front, and then I do the front left. And as I do it, I stagger it around my body as far as where I'm tucking it. So I end up with this great big spiral. And if you do enough of these tucks, it will raise the hemline of your skirt so high up that there's no way you can step on it. Okay, now that's not real flattering, and the only reason I do it is because I teach and take classes on the 2nd floor of a fitness studio. So I am up a huge set of stairs like 2-3 days a week. So I do that for practice, okay, but it's not going to work out for like a performance if you have to go up the stairs to get to the stage. So again, if you can tuck your skirt at all, it's going to help you out to begin with. Even if you only do tucks on the side, or you do tucks in the back like the bustle style tuck, it's still going to raise your hemline in the front, which is going to be the area that you're most likely to step on. The dead front, dead back is also the other spot. So the other thing you can do, obviously, is to just lift your skirt. Don't bother trying to just lift up the front of your skirt, because you're still going to be able to step on the sides. So what I do is I try to gather as much of the sides as I can, and I pull them straight up when I walk upstairs. That allows the front and the back hems to raise up, and it also gets a lot of the bulk out of my way. Okay, so then there's times when for some reason you can't even pick up your skirt to get up a set of stairs, like because you're carrying your dance bag and your laptop and your purse and a basket and a drum. Okay, so the only other thing I've found to help with getting up, especially a set of stairs or up a hill, if you can't maneuver your skirt whatsoever, is to do kind of a little like goose step up the stairs. Okay, so I pick my foot up to set it on the next stair or take the next step up the hill, and instead of just picking it up and setting it right on the stair, I pick it up and kick my knee a little bit, like so. Okay, kick my foot up because it kicks my skirt out of the way, and then I quickly set my foot back down on the step that I was trying to get to. So it looks goofy, and so you're not going to want to do it, for performance, but to get yourself up, a set of stairs when you're carrying an elephant, then that'll help you out some. So that is how to deal with a big skirt. There's actually other stuff I could say about that, but I think that covers it for now. And then my last little tip is actually a really, really quick tip, but super useful, and it is how to get stuff to stay where you put it without resorting to safety pins or hot glue or gum. I don't know what else you could use, but anyhow, and it is this, which is drawer liner. It's this rubberized drawer liner. You guys will be able to see the texture of this, okay? It's not sticky. It's not like if I set it on the floor it's going to stick to my carpeting or anything like that. But what it does is it prevents things from sliding around. That's why you put it in the bottom of a drawer. So you can cut, you can get this in different colors too. This one happens to be white. I know I've seen it in black. I'd be surprised if they didn't make it in other colors. But anyhow, you can get yourself a roll of this at like Walmart. I mean, this one you can see I've hardly used this, and it will last me forever. So if you have a troop, like everybody can give you a quarter, and you can have enough for everybody. Okay. So you get this stuff. You can cut strips of it, and you can set it on top of your hair before layering a scarf over the top, especially like a satiny scarf, and it'll keep it in place on your head. You can use it to back belts. You can, one troop member used it to back a bra that kept slipping off center. Again, it's not sticky, so it's not going to harm any of your fabrics in your costumes or anything, but it will help things stay where you put them. So hopefully this was helpful to somebody, and stay tuned for more. So, till then, bye.